Hello, what is going on, guys? My name is Chris and I have another breakdown for you guys. Now this is Burnquist from Mega Ramp, and this one's gonna be not as long because there's a lot less stuff to talk about, but let's just get right into it. So obviously we got the huge ramp. You know, it's all right, you know, can't complain. Now for the grass, I actually used the what is this called? Oh my gosh, I don't know the name. I want to get the name. Hold on, let me go to World Terrain. And it's a Port Carverton market sign, and I flipped it over because I wanted to. This object is like super underused because it's a huge, like, flat, like, good concrete surface, and it takes up like literally no terrain. Now if I was to do this with the regular grass terrain, like, obviously I would probably, for each thing, you know, I'd have to use like 4 or 5 grass pads, so that just saves a ton of terrain. And I mean, it doesn't look 100% like grass, but you know, I mean it's Skate.3, it passes all right. And I just changed it to, you know, kind of like a darker green. And then for the actual grass, I used the just regular trees because you know, there's a lot of overgrown stuff if you look at some photos of the park, and you know, it just blends right in and it looks, you know, all right. And that's pretty simple, and you basically just spam it, you know, rotate it so you don't want to have the same tree, and you want to change colors and stuff like that. As you can see, you know, I've changed a lot of the colors and highlights and stuff, and it just makes it, you know, a lot nicer and just looks all overall just a great time. I don't know if how something can look and have a great time. I don't know. And I just, you know, just added a grass thing all over around it, and just to kind of attempt to hide the building in the background, but you know, that's kind of impossible. Alright, so I'm gonna start here. Now this ramp, it's pretty easy. I just used the simple half width pads, and then I kind of, you know, guesstimated. I did a little bit of testing and found that this angle was pretty good, and then I just, you know, placed 2 ramps to give somewhat of a transition between that, and you know, it turned out all right. And then for the top of it, it's just a little rolling, you know, it's pretty simple. A lot of the ramps that you think would be hard to make, you know, they're a lot easier to make than you would think. I don't know if I just repeated myself. Then we got these 2 like supports or whatever, you know, pretty simple. And for the actual quarter pipe, you know, I just used the pre-made one because these are the best you can actually, you know, pump, I guess, if that makes sense. A lot of custom quarter pipes, you know, they're good, but sometimes, you know, they're a little bit glitchy, so I just went with the the regular traditional one, if that makes sense. So yeah, and then I just added, obviously, a top here. This is glitchy, but you know, I doubt anybody will be here, so that's why I just kind of left it as it is. I just took these, you know, I think these are like the short downtown rails, and I just added these little supports over it just because the park has that. Excuse me for a second. These stands, I mean, they're pretty simple. This is actually using another Port Carverton market sign. You know, this isn't actually at the park. I just added this just because I wanted to add something here. And yeah, and these are just the rails, and this would just be kind of like catch your board if it slipped out, and there would be some on the side right here, but you know, it's just kind of hard to do in Skate.3, and it would just take a lot more time, and it was kind of unnecessary. And for the ramp, this is actually a very simple transition. It's actually only one thing that's like, you know, I mean, that transition, you barely need anything at all, and I just added it just to make it more smooth. And on the sides, I just used the ledges and just made it green just to give it that extra detail that it has in the actual park. And just overall, like, it looks a lot better, and I could see why, you know, you'd want that design on a mega ramp, because I mean, it would just be a bunch of wood. I couldn't add like the Oakley logo or any logos just because it's so hard to add, and it's just, I just didn't feel like dealing with the headache. So yeah, and you know, it's pretty simple. I mean, this is just simple rail. These are just like the curved ledges, you know, I just stuck them in the ground. And yeah, there's about that. And this death pit, I mean, I just used the whatever you want to call, I can't talk to it all right now, the chain link fence. And yeah, I mean, it's pretty simple, and just use some rocks on the sides. It's not the 100% the greatest, but it's not, the focus isn't all on that. And then for the launch ramp, you know, if you're doing any type of mega ramp, realistic, or any ramp for that matter, you know, you want to do some testing to make sure that it is, you know, it's accurate, skates well, and there's no glitches. And I think I accomplished that pretty well. Like, obviously you can see how this one's a little bit higher because, you know, if you want to air over it, you'll land a lot better. And this is if you want to hit the rail and hit this mani pad, which is pretty crazy if you think about it. So, and the last section, I guess, for the launch ramp is pushed back, and I think it's the exact same launch style. It's just pushed back a little bit, just because at the top there's a I guess a taller thing if you want to get more speed. And for the transition here, it's another thing where it's just actually one pad. Now I think about it, that's kind of weird, but I mean, it's not a steep transition anyways, and it just, you know, just smooths it out. You gotta keep it smooth. And again, here's the rails on the sides just to keep your skateboard from falling out. Just adds more detail. I don't think there's actually, like, on the green things right here on the side parts, for some reason they're not on here. I'm not 100% sure about that, but I didn't add them, and I think there wouldn't be because I would have added them. And then for the top part, you know, the ramp is actually a little bit below it. That's because if it was a little bit higher, you wouldn't want to push off and then there'd be a huge lip. Obviously this is a little bit exaggerated, so it just like makes it so you can push off. And if you want to add any extension, I mean, it's just simply just tilting it a little bit more, excuse me, I guess more vertical. And yeah, obviously you don't want to have it look like that because that texture looks awful, and you can have it like so. And it's pretty simple, you know. I mean, this park, it's not as crazy as a breakdown as some of my other parks are, but parks, I can't, I'm talking like I'm from Boston now. I don't know what's going on, man. It's crazy. No, but you know, yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you want to download this park, just go on my channel. It's probably in the more recent uploads and whatnot. And please comment below what I should do another breakdown of, or what park I should make next. Thanks for watching, guys. I'm gonna let the outro play, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace. Hello, thanks for watching my video. Please leave a like and comment. It'll help out my channel a lot. Please subscribe for future uploads, and follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Pancakes and at It's Chris Owens. And thanks for watching.